Welcome to the 700 Club Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. And we have a real incredible special guest with us, Crystal Lavallee, my good friend, who is doing so many amazing things in our nation. And she's here to celebrate National Indigenous History Month with us. And we're going to show her documentary based on John 3:16. It's a powerful message of reconciliation that we as followers of Jesus are called to be carriers of. And so now I welcome Crystal to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Yay!
Again.
Thank you for having me, Bill.
It's always great having you.
Yes, this is great.
You just make life better.
No, you make life better.
Okay, so it is National Indigenous Month.
Yes.
So talk about why that is so important for us as Canadians.
Right. So we have to look at the history of our nation, of our shared land. And those First Nation Métis and Inuit people are still here.
Yes.
And we need to celebrate the culture, the language, the diversity, and really honor them, restore the dignity back to our First Peoples because they're amazing, to which I am one.
Yeah, well, what I love about the culture is it's a storytelling culture.
Yes.
And we can't understand a person until we understand their story. And I think that's what's so powerful about the Bible as well. And so I think it's an opportunity for us to stop and hear stories of people and their journey and how we can be a part of that. Well, now we're honored to share part one of Crystal's powerful new film, The Land Between Us. It really is amazing. So don't go anywhere. After it, we're going to discuss the impact behind the story. Watch this.
By invitation of the Israeli Embassy in Canada, a delegation of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis leaders, plus a few allies, traveled to Israel to meet the people and experience the land.
Barry Miracle, I'm from the Tyinanega Mohawk territory, and we're so excited to be in Jerusalem.
Emily Hester, I'm from Muskegnish. I always had it in my heart to come here when we walked where Jesus walked. I couldn't believe it.
My name is Hugo Hester. I'm from a Cree community from Northern Canada up in James Bay. I feel welcome.
My name is Elisa P. Anahatep. I'm from Kangersuk, Nunavik. I've been watching an escalation of wars going on around here.
We need to move away from the window.
Felt a little unsafe because of what we've been hearing.
Just got notification that a missile coming from Yemen might come and hit Jerusalem.
Israel is a big part of my faith foundations. I felt that it was important for me to come in person to see what Israel is like today.
While visiting various communities, the group was amazed to hear how Muslims and Jews live together in harmony. Dr. Leonore Ward co-led this delegation and shares her reflections.
Today, we are visiting the second Bedouin community during our trip, but this time it's in the north.
Take it right into your mouth. 230 years ago, they arrived here. Like they used to live in shacks, and then the government, the state, started to build a school. There were some conflicts at the beginning. But slowly, they learned that while they're working together, it's actually for the best interest.
And I saw how they live. I saw how they are integrated in the Israeli community.
Aid and his family is kind of saying thank you for coming here.
Thank you.
The roots are very deep here, and that is undeniable.
His pursuit of maintaining and growing peace.
Impacted by this leader's strong stance for peaceful coexistence, Stephen felt compelled to give him a gift.
He doesn't know how to appreciate his thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The history of the Jewish people, that was very impactful.
6 million Jews were murdered? I couldn't believe it.
Other than Schindler's List, and know from my Bible of the pain that these people go through from the very beginning.
What they did to them was horrible. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. Seeing the shoes in there with children, it reminded me of residential school. It grieved my heart. What a wicked way to die.
There were similarities in some of my history, what my people went through.
Our people, the government had initiated the residential schools. It did damage our people. I'm just imagining how the Holocaust, the pain that it caused in a lot of people's hearts.
To have them in today's world still face this, it shouldn't be in 2025 that people will have to live in fear.
God loves us and created us who we're supposed to be, yet these people faced so much.
Who are we or anyone to say that they should not exist?
Yeah, so Crystal, thank you. I mean, honestly, I'm not just saying this because we're friends. That was such a powerful first part. And I know the second part is amazing too.
Yeah.
But maybe tell us a little bit about how that trip came about. Like what inspired it? How did it happen?
Right. So I have a friend in Ottawa who's connected with the with the Israeli embassy in Ottawa, or in Canada. And she had said, there's this opportunity and can you help gather some Indigenous leaders and go? And the purpose was to experience the people and the land, because I think a lot of times people see Israel through primarily the Jewish identity.
Right.
But there are non-Jewish people groups, a lot of them, who love Israel, who love the land, who fight alongside, and they call it home. And I think that experience was really important for us to have as Indigenous people, because we understand the connection to the land. That's the place where the stories are told, where it's passed down for generations. And so it wasn't so far-fetched for us to go, but that's how we ended up there. And then they asked me to tell the story.
Right. And what I loved about it, there was genuine connection with people. Like there was a scene where you're with a Bedouin tribe, I think,
Yes.
and there's an exchange of a watch. And again, for those maybe who don't understand the power of gift giving
Right.
and the God who gives gifts, what was so powerful about that moment?
Well, I have to be honest with you, Bill. So it was a 10-day trip,
Okay.
and that was probably day number 6 of time change. So I was tired, and I had zoned out because it was hot. And I just remember the Holy Spirit saying, get your cell phone. And I grabbed my cell phone, and I watched Stephen say something, and then he got up and gave him the watch. And I don't know why Stephen did that, but I can tell you that most Indigenous people, when we give a gift, it's because we recognize the authenticity of what the person is saying. And so that gentleman had said his family had lived in that region in tents for generations. And he said when the Jewish community moved in, at first there were tensions, and he didn't hide that. But he said after a while, they learned that the Jewish community actually helped his people group become better, stronger, more educated. And so now they're walking together like true reconciliation. So Stephen's like, I'm going to give you what I have. And it was a beautiful moment. And then he actually ended up giving Stephen his watch, and they exchanged through interpretation, because not everybody speaks English.
Yes.
And it was beautiful. So when we give gifts, it's like the extension of God's heart to the person that we're reaching, because God didn't spare anything. He gave everything. So we were there as a group, as a team, and the team had many moments. Like we had other really powerful moments as well as exchanging of gifts, but that was just a key moment that stuck out to you.
Well, for me too, it was really powerful because the metaphor that came to me was when we're willing to share time. I mean, I know that's a bit cheesy, but the time and our story, there's something that happens. There's a healing quality to that. And I think a lot of us, we don't take the time to actually take the time to be present with other people, to hear their story, and to actually find commonality. And I think that was the healing part for me there. And then of course, the scene with the Holocaust Museum, that for me, I can only imagine some of the pain that was associated with that, but also some of the healing. What was that like?
Right, so that was really special for me, because I know Emily and Hugo Hester specifically. They are residential school survivors, former students. They live about 17 hours north of Toronto in their community. And I told their stories. And for them, watching them experience it for the first time, hearing the facts, they are not the type of people to inflate the truth.
Right.
They listen to somebody's life and they go, okay, we recognize this pain. So for them to go through this World Holocaust Museum and see the shoes in the floor and make the connections, the parallels to who they are as a people, for them to say, you know, it's not right that somebody would hate you simply for being Jewish. We know what that's like. People hate us because we're indigenous. We look visibly First Nation. We're darker skin. We were told, you know, when God made you, he made a mistake. But to see them walk through their healing journey and then come to that place and sit with the Jewish community and be able to be that breath of life. There was like this exchange of life back and forth that was so beautiful. And I loved it. I was mostly behind the lens, taking it all in as much as I could. But what transpired in the hearts of our entire team was observations about the Jewish people, that they are resilient. And even though they've been beat down for a long time, they keep rising. And so that our entire team kept speaking into that.
Well, I really want to get to the second part because it is so powerful as well. So we're going to continue our discussion with Crystal and part 2 of this incredible documentary. So please stay with us.
Experiencing Yad Vashem for the first time was completely eye-opening for many of the delegates. Yet what they were about to experience next, no one was ready for.
What happened in October 7th is that the terrorists came with 3 paragliders. 1,600 missiles in 20 minutes, flown over the wall. One of them landed here at the south of the Moshav, very close to my house. An alarm, Tzeva Adom, code red. Terrorists infiltrated into the village, and please hide. Me and my husband, we go into our shelter. 20 people to massacre. There were peace activists. Couldn't see people suffering no matter if they are Muslims or Christians or Jews.
This survivor story was very difficult for the group to hear, but it was important for them to understand that acts of terrorism affect us all.
Not all of them were Jewish. We had nationalities of over 26 countries. Under the Geneva Agreement and international law, hostage taking is extremely forbidden. It's illegal. Hamas is not a state. It is a terror organization, and one that is being recognized as a terror organization does not take accountability for any of its actions.
The group also visited the Nova Music Festival site and heard from a survivor of October 7th, 2023.
6:20, I was here dancing. Oh my God, we have rockets. The security guys start to come to us and tell us like, hurry up, the party is over, go home. We start to hear gunshot and we said, oh my God, we have terrorists. People running, screaming. I see people on the floor like bleeding and we need to hide. I get the back of the weapon to my head. See, all this was blow up. All my bag was full of blood.
Mazel eventually escaped with 4 others. Today, she continues to tell the truth of what happened.
They tied naked girls to these trees after they rape and cut and do things to their bodies.
Refusing to be silent, Mazel is using her voice to educate others.
3 times a week I'm here. I go to delegation around the world to open the eyes to the world that we deal with group of monsters. There are sick people, brainwashed, many years that they are full of hate. It's crazy for me that 2 years and I'm still here trying to explain to someone how crazy this situation, like how all these lies.
as First Peoples in North America, lost about 80 million people
I speak life to the dry bones.
because of war, but also because of disease. So we're familiar with atrocities. We're familiar with betrayal. We are coming here to come alongside indigenous people of this land.
Iran and Hezbollah from Lebanon, they bombed the area here with hundreds of missiles.
And we're sharing our stories, we're sharing our life together.
The Bedouins are actually nomads, part of the society of Israel. A minority inside the Arab society. They're making kind of a change.
And we're sharing our heart, and I'll tell you, hope is arising.
I have been learning a lot from the Israel people and the victims. They have been speaking about their hearts, and it gives me hope for my people.
Visiting the two sites near Gaza and hearing two ladies telling their story, it made me think about life. Every tribe, every nation is important.
The energy and the life that we see here, their joy, is unbelievable. I will become a better advocate.
After visiting 18 locations in 8 days, now the delegates and their host share what impacted them.
So this trip has been beyond amazing. I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to bring here people that Israel is close to their heart, but to expose them to the full complexity and the beauty.
The fact that there's not just Jewish people here, but there's so many people from different backgrounds and nations, but Israel loves them and supports them.
In a world where we don't have many friends, we want our friends to really know our hearts. We want to really open our hearts to them. And from this kind of relationships, from true friendships, I believe that bridges can be made for the long term.
At times like this, where many parts of the world are afraid to be coming here, but you're showing us that you are people, that you are living.
I find that the Jewish people are peaceful people. They're loving.
They are a resilient people, they're a strong people, but they're a people full of life and hope.
We need to bring more understanding as to this pure hatred towards the Jewish people. Right to exist it's wrong.
I love Israel, and I've come to know the truth about Israel.
It's a highlight when you experience first time in the different areas where you go, the people that you meet. I just want to bless Israel. I say it from my heart with love. Such a beautiful place to visit.
I'm so thankful that they made this trip possible. You're awesome people.
I'm going to be honest, Crystal, that was actually really hard to watch, but it needs to be seen. So thank you for taking the time to capture it and to share it. What shocked you the most about that experience?
Okay. Yeah. Really tough.
Yeah.
I think for me, I look at what's happening here in Canada among the Jewish community. 1%. They make up 1% of the population, yet they're the highest targeted for hate crimes. And to be on the ground, aftermath, October 7th, to hear their stories of, and that wasn't even her full story. We pulled pieces out. to hear them broken. You know, someone comes into your home, just robs you. That's not right, right? Provoked because simply pure hatred. Like that was really hard. So everything about the trip was shocking, from the places that we went, the people that we encountered, to hear their heart, to hear what they lived through, and that was one of thousands.
Yeah.
It really put a compassion in our heart for our Jewish brothers and sisters, and for those who live in the land of Israel, because what happened was that's not okay.
No.
That's not okay. Their children, their mothers, their fathers, their family, they're humans. They're human beings. And this whole concept of anti-Semitism, I know she said it. She's like, I can't believe it's been 2 years and I'm still here trying to tell people how barbaric it was. And people just don't seem to comprehend. And so to do a story like this, to have an opportunity like this, to share the stories and get the stories out there. In our Native American history, it takes 1,000 voices to tell a single story. Well, the only way we could really comprehend what was happening on the ground is by being there. And we all counted the cost, because everybody asked the ambassador to Canada from Israel, is it safe?
Right.
And he said, we would never put you in harm's way, but we want you to know the pain that we're carrying, and we want you to know the pain that we're experiencing, and we need friends. And so from that experience, we walked away with friends.
Well, I think it's so important, because I think in our Canadian culture, if I'm honest, my observation is that we spend a lot of time and energy putting a face or a mask over the face of evil. We use entertainment to distract us. We talk about things that are not connected to us, but when the mask is dropped and you see evil in the face, it's so hard. And yet, what I love about your documentary is it turned that reality, because that is the reality for so many, into a message of hope. So from your perspective and the work that you do and the people that you get to serve and love, what hope do we have as followers of Jesus and as Canadians today?
Right. Wow, these are big questions, Bill. So I believe that biblical prophecy is still unfolding. I'm not a pastor, right? But I believe I can see it.
Yes.
And, you know, there's a passage of scripture where it says God blinded the hearts of the Jews so that the Gentiles could come in to know the love of God. And it's what God does in us that provokes the Jews to jealousy. And so the hope is Christ in us is the hope of glory. We're supposed to be the most compassionate. We're supposed to be the most loving. We're supposed to be the justice advocates of all advocates for things that are not right. And God gave us a mouth. God gave us ears. He gave us a brain for a reason. We need to recognize anti-Semitism is on the rise. And if somebody hates somebody simply because they're Jewish, it's only a matter of time before they hate you.
Right.
And so to put a stop to that, what was it? Martin Luther King, you can't drive out hate with hate.
Yes.
We have to receive the love of God. If we don't have a fresh baptism of the love of God, you can't push back darkness in your own strength. Our own love is limited. But when we walk in that love and give it away, that's when we stand and we truly love authentically, like reconciliation from the Lord, then it works.
I love that. And can I just say thank you? Like, take this opportunity, honestly, thank you. I needed to experience that. So thank you for, I know it was not easy, but thank you for doing that. And I also want our viewers to know that they can watch it, they can share it, and they can even do a screening at their church. And so maybe let your pastor know that this is an opportunity for her as well. And so for more information on Crystal Lavallee and what she does and the documentary, you can get the information at 700club.ca. The documentary is called The Lands Between Us. Thank you so much.